boss once again.
Welcome back to Ace
And
Attorney.
we are going to play
Apollo
that
9.
game.
Apollo 9.
You know, that
What
game.
game? What game? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what game you're talking about. What is that game? Ace Apollo Justice Attorney TM
Ash Attorney?
Ace Apollo TM Attorney TM Trilogy?
Yes, that game.
Okay.
It's this one. Because the autosave is a bit behind.
Did you know
It's always
that I bought
behind.
a new 4K camcorder?
Cool.
What?
It's actually one for influencer and stuff, you know?
Raccoon Mario.
Influencers? Oh,
Mario,
mean
why you got
influencers.
sentence?
Hello, Raccoon Mario.
He got sentenced.
What did you say?
He got sentenced.
Oh.
Apparently, I got sentenced.
It's like a stick. It's like you hold a stick.
Oh, you mean those selfie sticks?
No, not really. It's a vlog camera, apparently. You know,
Okay.
a camera that you can easily carry, that is small and lightweight, and
Does it look like a cube?
Raccoon Mario. Yeah.
like a what?
A cube.
No.
No?
It's like a rectangle. It's like holding well, how do I put this? A paper towel roll. Yeah, it's called the DJI
Ultra
something.
Giga.
DJI 3 vlog cam thingy,
But now
Okay.
we're in court, so.
and yeah, it apparently has very good low light performance, at least compared to the predecessors. So I thought, yeah.
Yeah, and now you're gonna make vlogs of.
Yes, of me fapping. Not just kidding.
No, more cute
vlogs of Qtaro plushies.
Yes, exactly.
Next time
You
Qtaro
still-
is doing a barbecue.
You still gotta make a Qtaro Discord server. I still think you're just leaving something on the table there.
I don't think anyone's gonna come.
I don't know. Maybe you can
We're in the
create a
courtroom.
cult.
we're in the lobby.
Wow,
You know, just like Cult of the Lamb.
amazing.
Let's go.
Well,
Alright.
I made sure that I bought this camera from Amazon, so if it turns out to be shit, I can just send it back. It's that simple.
Press start.
But apparently it's coming in June? In June?
It's your
The
turn.
hell? That's
In June? It takes
Oh,
like
shit.
a couple of months to
Good
arrive.
morning.
Good morning! No, that was not in character, actually.
It's out of character.
So you're Vera, right? Right? I'm Trucy right.
I'm choosing.
Whoa, what was that? Huh? What was that? It was mega laggy there. A mega lag.
What, really?
And I couldn't read the rest of it. What was it? I only read Trucy Ride. That was weird.
That's right with a W. But not right, right? That's so funny!
That's my reaction right there. That girl.
And we are on your side. You can tell us anything, please.
Good morning.
Oh!
Oh. No, she farts.
Not bad. Not bad, not bad. But I think you'd do better with a little smile, you know? You're so pretty. You need to sell yourself, you know? On the prostitution market, that is.
Trucy, let's take it easy for starters.
Thank you for taking my case. And that's my smiley.
Oh, nice.
Peekaboo 789. Hey there, how are you doing?
Hello, welcome to the stream.
Okay. Well, that's a start, I guess.
Look at this fapping hand.
There she goes with the nail polish again. I don't know.
Is that a
I don't
nail?
even remember what. I don't even remember. Was that a real hand Or is that supposed to be just a symbol for a hand, or what is that?
I don't know.
That's great, really. It's so cultured.
Like, what is that?
Want to try?
Oh, really?
Girls! The victim, Drew Mission, was a forger, and a stone painting was found in his studio. A life of crime, really. And maybe one that led to his death.
So are we in court now? Damn, that was quick. It's courting time.
Oh look, it's Gavin again.
We will now begin the trial of
What's wrong with him?
mission.
Is that Chapter K? His voice is all raspy and he's looking around all nervous like.
Anirachu. Oh.
The repercussions of today's trial will most likely be felt for a long time. Oh, and may indeed alter our legal system forever!
Today is a test of the juris system, and the first step toward a new order in our courts.
Daddy's secret mission.
The jurists will function like a jury. It is hoped their inclusion will help the courts to better reflect the people's will.
Why aren't there any jurists in the courtroom?
3 closed-circuit cameras watch this courtroom at all times. It's being live-streamed on twitch.tv. The jurists have access to everything that transpires. Ugh! Jurists! Judge well and judge cool.
No, see here, Prosecutor Gavin. I was going to say that.
My apologies here, Judge.
Jurists, today, judge today's trial coolly, if you would be so kind.
The jurists are unbound by the letter of the law. They don't affect the trial with evidence, but by their feelings. We're about to find out just what effect they are going to have.
My feelings are hurt?
Oh, very well, Prosecutor Gavin. The details of the case, if you would.
The victim is the painter Drew Misham. He was killed in his own studio. His coffee was poisoned. By whom, you ask?
Wrong! It was not the coffee, it was just the mug. Wrong! Sorry.
By none other than the defendant, Vera Misham.
Wrong! There wasn't any poison in the coffee!
Peak of 789. Basically, I am an artist doing graphic designing. Are you interested?
You interested?
No! No, we're not interested. Achtung! Someone has been doing their homework. Indeed,
Anirachu.
poison was
Fuck
not...
off.
Nice.
Indeed, poison was not present in the coffee, but on the mug itself.
The mug? Ah, residue was found on the rim, I see. On the rim of your
Raccoon
ass.
Mario. I hate those. Carry 0294.
Me too.
Stupid bots.
The autopsy report describes the manner of our victim's death.
This is exactly why I have put this 1 month thing
Carry
on my
0294.
chat.
Hey guy, smiling face with smiling eyes and rosy cheeks.
You
Hello,
know,
Kyrie. Welcome
should-
to the stream.
you should put something similar into your chat, Dario. I mean, it doesn't have to be a month, it can just be a day or something.
Actually, you know, all I'm gonna, is there a way to, like, block a sentence? So every time everybody says, basically, I'm
Art.
an artist, then it
What
just
art?
immediately blocks. Well, okay, not art, but basically just a sentence.
Carry 0294. Hey Dario, grinning face with big eyes, red heart.
The court accepts this as evidence.
Wow.
According to this report, the victim's death was caused by atroconine poisoning.
A chemical compound that does not occur naturally. Lethal dosage is a mere 0.002 milligrams. A touch of an atropine in the body is the touch of a reaper scythe.
Skyfer?
Very good, Prosecutor Gavin. You may present your witness. Sorry for the burps. I just had to, you know.
I have for you today a simple man for a simple case. A man who witnessed the murder in its entirety.
That journalist, no doubt.
Oh no, this guy. I can't look at this.
Why?
The witness will state his
looks-
name and occupation.
The guy looks weird.
He looks just like you, PM.
No, it looks like you.
Well, for starters, my name's Spark Brushel. My job is a lone observer of the world.
Raccoon Mario. Most of my Twitter followers are those bots.
Really? I don't have any of those. In other words, a freelance journalist, right?
If you don't mind, I'd like to state something here for the record.
Yes, Mr. Brushel.
I dislike conclusions, specifically the aspect of jumping to conclusions. Preconceptions make Park sandbox of endless desert waste. End quote.
But you're a journalist. You said so yourself yesterday.
Well, that's true, yes. But you must understand, I stand before you today a man with a dream. I'm offering you my testimony in exchange for exclusive rights to the story. Scoop turns Mr. Brushel into that Mr. Brushel. End quote.
Let's hear your testimony then, Chevy.
A simple case, eh, Gavin? For me, the jury is still out. Did you change the name, actually?
Yes, I did.
No.
Did I change the
I
name?
visited the studio around 9. That night to do the interview. First outsider to enter the atelier. Journalistic history made. End quote. His daughter brought us coffee right after we started. And you know what happened next? Star falls. End quote. No one else entered the room besides her the whole time. And look at my eyes, holy shit.
That does sound like a simple case.
Raccoon Mario. Reese's Peanut Butter Cup Guy versus Paper Terrio and Apollo Justice.
Paper Terrio and Apollo Justice.
Oh,
Unless you were the one who poisoned him.
What are you saying? Judge?
Ahem! Need I remind you the cameras are rolling today? I felt the need to be a bit dramatic.
You didn't do it, did you?
Me doing something like that? Come on, that's like newsmaker making the news, end quote. Or even contemporary witch hunt, end quote. I know, wild accusations rock courtroom, end quote.
Rock indeed.
Prosecutor Gavin sure looks like he's having fun.
Carry 0294. This guy again.
I'm so happy for him.
This guy again.
Very well, Mr. Justice, your cross-examination, please.
I visited the studio around 9. That night to do the interview. Hold what?
9 at
End
night?
quote.
Isn't that a little late for an interview?
If
Isn't
the
that
great
like
painter
evening?
drew...
Oh yeah.
Isn't that more like evening?
Well, true.
Well, didn't say PM or AM.
If the great painter Drew Bishop says come at 9, believe you me, I go at 9. The first and as I turned out last interview with such prolific painter.
Right, can you tell us what it was like when you arrived?
The first outsider to enter the atelier. Journalistic history made, end quote.
Look, his hairdo was censored there by our armband thingy. You were the first reporter ever in Drew's studio?
A posterity will look back on that night as turning point in journalistic history. A basically insignificant step for all mankind, but a giant step for that Brushel guy. End quote.
If no one on the outside ever had access to the studio, then it would serve to reason that the deed was done by an insider.
By which he means Vera did it.
So how did this epoch-making interview go?
His daughter brought us coffee right after we started.
Would you mind being a little more specific?
Ah, oui, let me tell you, I enjoy a cuppa. In fact, it all began when I was in 3rd grade.
That's not what I meant!
I believe I know what Herr Forehead is driving at.
Ja, stimmt.
This coffee the victim was served. Did anyone other than the defendant touch it?
Right, that. That's what I was going to say, really.
Well, now if you got a question to ask, you'd best straight up ask it. That's what I tell all the new recruits several times if necessary. Right for a grade schooler. That's my motto. Which isn't to say I can only write.
Who touched the coffee?
No. I was in the back looking at the studio equipment when she served it.
And what happened next?
And you know what happened next. Star Falls! End quote.
What's this about a star falling? Look at my finger. Look at my finger.
Starfalls, huh? It's like an old telegram.
Anirachu. I do hope he isn't using this toothbrush for anything but what he does now.
Brush for anything but what he does now.
Sent money over.
Zowie, you don't know? That's like a journalism code word. An important personage passes away. A star falls, get it?
There's no gravity in space, is there? I wouldn't think stars could fall, really.
Does this matter?
Oh my! This is good stuff. Good stuff. How about star breaks? Nah, likes punch. I know. Star dies. Nah, likes imagination. Of course, you could go with Drew dies. Straight to the point. I like it.
I think we need to hear about something a little more substantial.
Ooh, there are 3 possibilities.
The moment of death. About when Mr. Mission passed away.
Oh my, what a scene that was. Puts his coffee mug down with a crash, right?
Oh yes, and then?
Then the cold finger of death touches his spine. Life's flame sputters and fails. So cold was the touch, he could do it not but tremble uncontrollably. Actually, Life's flame is a little tired. Life's river froze over. Yes, that's the goal.
I think he's starting his article already.
Could you describe that a little more simply?
Well, as you can imagine, I was pretty surprised. He hit the floor, as they say. Artist seizure is final performance. End quote.
Entry Queen paralyzes the central nervous system. The body arches back like a bow. The limbs...
Well, that's quite enough of that. Some of us want to be able to sleep tonight.
Oh yeah? Well, I want details. Lots of juicy details.
Oh, great.
For that, you can listen to our last year's hit single, Entry Queen, My Love, by the Gavineers, available at your major music outlets, and
Wow, that sounds totally like an ad.
and streaming,
Wow.
like Spotify and Apple Music.
And Amazon.
What is Spotify? The point here is that the victim died of atropine poisoning. Hello? Hello? Well, Mr. Justice, how did you find that testimony?
I don't know. I think it
What's
wasn't.
that?
I don't think the statement
My
was
cat
enough
just came
for
and
anything.
disturbed me. It's okay. I don't know if it was important. Probably not.
No.
It didn't sound important.
Just try all three and say not important on all three and then decide what is actually important. You'd think the moment of Mr. Misham's death would be important,
He even says it.
but Mr. Brochel's story really didn't tell us anything we didn't already know.
Very well, please continue with the testimony.
No one else.
No one else entered the room besides her the whole time.
Raccoon Mario. Dario should sign up for Legend of Mushroom. Mushroom Adventure RPG.
Mushroom Adventure RPG.
Yeah. Can you say that for sure?
That's literally the cover of Minish Cap. They literally stole
Yeah.
it.
But with a mushroom boy
Yeah.
thingy.
Isn't this illegal?
Well, it's just inspired, so... I mean, they
no.
did do the mushroom boy.
When it was
whatever.
about Paul World, then that would also be just in.
For sure, I'm sure. Drew City isn't a big place, kiddo. I know if someone else had come in.
What if they had been hiding in there from before? Oh, that was totally to be expected.
Even if someone had been hiding in the studio, they hardly could have poisoned that mug without anyone noticing.
You think I, Spark Brucial, would miss something as obvious as that? No way!
It sure makes it sound exciting. I guess that's his job.
There's only one moment we need to focus on, really.
The moment when Drew Misham died?
Exactly. There has to be something there.
Okay, I gotta
Look,
go
now
to
his hairdo is censored again.
all.
His penis is. No, wait. Yes. Click it again.
Oh, you have to go through all this again.
Is it better to load a save or something for that?
No.
Then it will be faster. The coffee.
So you drank the coffee that Vera served you, too?
Of course! When someone serves you coffee, you drink it. That's what my old boss always used to say. Never did get what he meant by it, though.
But you're still alive, which is to say you didn't die. Wow, great. What a logical conclusion. Amazing.
Of course not! Look at my eyes!
People die to get killed. Wait.
No point falling before you're a star. End quote.
That's not exactly what I was getting at.
What were you getting at then? You know the poison was on the rim, not in the coffee.
Oh, yes. There were 2 cups of the tray she brought. And one of the cups had Drew's signature painted on the side.
No chance the guest would take that one by mistake, I guess.
Oh, Mr. Justice, was that testimony important?
It sounds more it's the one with the stars.
So Brushel
because-
drank the coffee too. Doesn't look like this is going to lead to much.
Very well, please continue with the testimony.
He's really saying many times stars and stuff.
Well, if he continues, then you will see stars, alright.
But he says it really many times, and it's probably the thing. Something with the stars and...
How about Star Crash? You say Mr. Misham had the coffee too. But did you actually see him drink the coffee?
Of course! He who sees it wins, but he who says it's wins bigger. End quote. I live in a man sees dog eat dog and writes about it world. Yet,
Yet?
I guess I can't say I saw him drinking, really. He had one so-called sip, if that. Man puts lips to mug, drinks? End quote.
That poison is quite virulent, I hear.
My stomach did a so-called somersault. Since I gulped down that cover without so much as a second glance at it. Wait! Maybe something's there! Some kind of so-called trick! Anyone who want to venture a guess for the record?
Does this guy have a pause button?
Well, Mr. Justice, did you find the testimony valuable?
Huh.
The coffee Mr. Misham drank.
Oops.
That has to be important somehow. Nah.
Very well, please continue with the testimony.
In fact, nothing this guy says is of importance, I feel. This guy is just a moron.
Wow, right.
Doesn't even say anything important here. I guess we have to update our autopsy report.
Lol.
Well, what about the mug? Is this the mug again? I don't think it's the card at all or something. I don't think it's the cards or something. It's probably.
Oh, it's so pink, my eyes hurt. No clues here.
What do you mean there's no
I don't think
clues
it's
here?
some.
No clues here.
I don't think it's
That
it's
there are no
paper stuff.
clues!
Look at the mug again. Maybe. Because of that traces.
See that there? That's poison.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't lick it, Apollo.
Don't worry, I'll be fine.
No, you won't. You will die.
Look, I know, I meant I won't lick it.
Who knows what you do when I'm not watching?
The concern is touching, really. Next thing you know, she'll be telling me not to drink coffee before bedtime.
Well,
In fact, this is so spooky because, you know, your coffee could just be
poisonous. Your mug.
Yeah.
Just by
My
licking.
My
Maybe do
Q-Taro mug.
Wait, we need to do important and press him again on the statement that he does. Maybe he then says more about it.
Well, we don't have this thing. We only have a photo
Yeah, it's
of it.
just a picture.
Let's put a statement in important area. One statement. Are we to press again? Did he say something? I don't know.
Oh, you looked that up quite nicely,
No.
Pierre.
You know what you can do, then you can press on him again. That's what I
What?
mean.
What's this about a star falling? Man.
I don't get it.
Let's choose and let me to just check it again. Then after you say it's important. No, just try it.
Or when your penis passed away.
Well. Oh my!
Oh. Oh.
Wait, he said crashes. Would you spit coffee if you do that?
I think you should just shut the fuck up.
Could you please shut up, man?
No! I'm a journalist.
Aviation Ripperdoors. Have you heard of
That's
Right
quite
with Phoenix
enough.
Right Exeduor? Laughing out loud. Lol.
Phoenix Wright, that's
Wow,
central.
weird.
Thinking out loud.
Actually, I saw like a video today. Apparently, somebody like made clothes in Tekken 8 that looks like Phoenix Wright and Miles Edgeworth. It looks
Lol.
hilarious, actually.
Some of us want to be able to sleep tonight.
Oh yeah, I want the juicy details. Ah yes, I'm gonna listen to that to my Spotify account.
Very important.
I guess very important.
Let's just try it.
Well, as an account of the moment of the victim's death, I'd say it's very important. Please add it to the testimony.
Very well, the court requests the witness add this account to his testimony.
What's this?
Wait.
This was the new one.
What?
Well, I wanted to see if the old one was still there, but I guess not.
You can get it back.
Aviation Ripper After this, would you play Mile Edgeworth Investigation?
Investigation.
I don't know, what was the next game? You say it was definitely death by poison. How can you be so sure?
Well, first we gotta beat these 3 games. Which
But
were
the
still
second
in
game
the
never
first one.
came out for the investigations. Never came
Hey,
out.
look, I'm a journalist. I've seen a lot of things. And I've had more than my share of experience with so-called poisonings. Man, it's fishy fish. Goes bye-bye. End quote.
Food poisoning doesn't count. Should I get him to talk about something else?
Aviation Ripper Ace Attorney Investigation 1, AAI 1.
So you...
Aviation Ripper Doors. Ace Attorney Investigation 1. AAI 1.
AA1. So you drank the coffee that Vera served you too?
No. Of course. When someone serves you coffee, you drink it, and it's the same fucking line again.
Oh, Mr. Justice, is that an important statement?
Man, I think food
Raccoon
is
Mario.
ready.
And they have more games after Ace Attorney Trilogy.
Man.
Ace Attorney
We're talk-
Trilogy.
We are talking about the coffee the witness drank. I'd say that it is important.
Very well, please add that to your testimony, Mr. Brushell.
Okay.
Aviation Ripper That
I
man
drank
is
the coffee
gay. End
too,
quote.
but I'm not dead yet.
Huh. You sure you drank the coffee?
Well,
Oh, yes, quite. I gulped it down and felt that sweat scourge in my throat.
But you say the victim took one sip and fell over.
I don't
And
care.
you still kept drinking?
Of course.
Aviation Ripper
Drink your coffee
wait,
when it's
Dual
hot, never
Destinies?
when it's not.
Dual Destinies.
yes, dual destinies.
That's what my old boss used to always say. Never really knew what he meant by it.
Should I get him to talk about something else?
So basically, this is the same fucking thing again.
No.
But I didn't try this one yet. This is the one you didn't check it. Check it. Now. Or go eat. I don't know what you want to do.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, we'll check this statement too before.
You say Mr. Mission had the coffee too.
No.
But did you actually see him drink the coffee?
The news must have not came to my table. I guess a
course.
justice who came out.
Aviation
Same
Ripper
thing again.
The news must have not came to my table. I guess Apollo Justice Trilogy came out.
No.
Somersault!
Was that important,
Yes,
Mr. Justice?
Yes, wait. There is the one step you didn't do actually before.
Yeah, but it's the same.
Hey,
No, but it says
But it's
something.
the same
it says
thing.
always- Yeah,
It's the same thing again. He's gonna say the same thing.
yeah, but
Like, there's nothing.
in this before you press it, that changed something.
but he did it before.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
But wasn't it the other statement?
Was that important?
The victim drank his coffee, then immediately fell over?
Oh, yes.
Your Honor, this is a vital piece of information. Please add it to the testimony.
Very well, the witness will add this to his testimony.
Vital, right.
But this wasn't this new?
He had one sip. If that. The next moment, he was on the floor.
How can he fall this fast if it's poison, man?
So he either took a sip or he didn't and then fell over?
Oh yes, individually. Just like that. Wham bam.
So Mr. Misham drank the coffee and fell over immediately. I think Burchell's telling the truth too. Should I get him to talk about something else?
This is the important
Actually,
one.
yeah, didn't somebody said that it takes like 15 minutes for the poison to,
Yeah.
you know, do something to your
do
body.
s-
So
effect, yeah.
why?
But do we have this evidence?
I guess
Where does it
present
state
the
that?
coffee cup?
Uh,
Because I mean, I don't
Slow
have.
acting, It says slow acting there.
Yeah, slow acting. Yeah. See,
yes,
should take a while.
yes. Then it's that.
Well, you're a simple. Hey, I just wanted to let you know that I love your stream. I'd be interested in chatting more on Discord if you're open to it.
Oh, no.
My username is StreetMax41.
Wait,
Objection!
statement is the wrong statement or not?
Your Honor, what did you think about this guy's
the wrong
chat
statement.
message?
I fucking hate it!
Yeah, I would say so too. And
Well,
Big mistake there.
now you got banned on Twitch.tv.
Did you see it was the wrong statement you had there?
this one, finally, some progress. You know what I have a problem
shit.
with? A particular property of the poison used, atrocanine.
Carry0294. Goodbye, haha.
Goodbye, haha.
Oh! Oh! Prosecutor Gavin was quite clear about the poison. A lethal dosage of 0.002 milligrams paralyzes the central nervous system. If you drank that, even you, Mr. Justice, would be reduced to a quivering pyre.
Why are you using me as an example? Unfortunately, we weren't told everything. There was a vital omission in Prosecutor Gavin's information.
An omission?
Atrocanine is as violent as he says, but death doesn't come upon ingestion, not immediately. That's because atrocanine is slow acting, like you!
What?
According to one forensic scientist,
It's one of the most virulent poisons, but it's absorbed into the body astonishingly slowly. It takes at least 15 minutes from the time of ingestion for adverse effect to slow.
if we suppose that the moment Mr. Misham sipped the coffee was when he sealed his fate, then he would still have had time left to enjoy his last cup of Joe!
Oh my god, look how thin this guy is.
Yeah, it's really thin.
Order! Order! What's the meaning of this? If what the defense says is correct, why, that contradicts the entire testimony we've just heard.
Well, Mr. Brushel, anything to say? On the record?
I get interrupted.
I guess food is ready.
And then he
His
eats.
parents are really annoying today.
You said this already.
So
your food is ready.
acting. SLOWAACT. It was virulent, alright. Even then, it had already begun digging its claws into the journalists.
He's working on his scoop.
Of course he comes.
It's Brushel, yeah? Herr Brushel, let's take a trip back down memory lane.
Huh?
I don't have a brain.
Did the victim really die the instant he took a sip? Think it over. This is vital.
You know what I think? I think that was a not so subliminal suggestion. End quote.
I admit, it does cause a problem if he died when you'd say he died. When he died, he died. I would be forced to say Auf Wiedersehen to my simple case. And you would be forced to say farewell to your article.
Come again?
You can't write a story based on conjecture, can you? And as the case drags on, the other reporters will pick up that scent. And you'll be forced to kiss your exclusive scoop goodbye.
Scoop. Ah, scoop.
Please, don't do that. That's terrible.
Look! Wait! Just wait a second! Just wait a second!
We're waiting! We're waiting! Up with it!
I think I just recalled a so-called important detail. A revival recollection. End quote. A story survival. End quote.
Now he says he didn't die instantly.
Attorney utterly confused. End quote.
Actually, I did notice something when I visited the studio. I'd heard of poison that
Carry
takes its
0294.
sweet
This guy
time,
is so
see?
damn way.
This guy is so
Yeah, he's
damn
way.
What?
But not
He's
a
what?
his way.
I don't know what that means.
I think it's
Way?
a misspelling. Way? What do you mean by that? Way?
Vogue? Vogue?
But not what
Yeah,
I've
Way.
been
Carry
saying.
0294. Weird XD.
There we go. Weird. That's what you meant. Weird.
Oh.
But not what I've been saying for the last few minutes, apparently.
Mr. Brushaw, I was saying you noticed something that explains what happened.
You bet I am. The antidote for
Carry
poisonous
0294.
contradiction, end quote.
Typo.
You might say.
Or, I still have no idea what you're talking about, end quote, I might say.
I figured it out, but only after an in-depth interview. See, thanks to my journalism skills, I know who poisoned that coffee.
Wow. Who could it be?
Order! Order! Order!
As far as I can tell, the witness is standing by his testimony. That Mr. Misham died an instant after he drank.
Of course, I'm standing by my testimony and my dream of exclusive rights to this story.
Ugh. I suppose it was too much to hope for.
What was?
Of course he wouldn't choose a simple case, not him.
Him?
Phoenix Wright! Who else? Achtung, Herr Bruchel, report for us if you would. What is it that you noticed?
This court is a critical trial of the juris system. I'm afraid no room for doubt is permissible. You will testify to the court about what you noticed.
Now eat, Dario. Eat your hot dog or what it is.
Well, I guess I'll go eat then.
Time for a recess, I would say.
But not.
We'll be back in a couple of minutes.
But not now I see him forever. For like 10 minutes.
We are back, guys. We are back from the dead.
Yes.
As du this sound
that was
something.
That was that what was that Wii channel called again? That was the Wii channel sound. I forgot what it was.
Exciting update on the Hotel Mario beta disc. The opening cutscene and title screen are different. Damn.
When I arrived at the studio, Mr. Misha was at his desk. He seemed to be dumping a beta version of Hotel Mario? What? He seemed to be writing a letter, but he quickly sealed the envelope. I thought nothing of it at the time, of course. Now that I think about it, what if he was writing a suicide
Raccoon
note?
Mario. Recess over.
Recess over.
Yes.
Oh, a suicide note?
Yes, he had this look on his face. Man's face instructable as quadratic equation. End quote.
Suicide? Poor Mr. Misham. But that means Vera's innocent.
Did someone commit suicide in the middle of an interview?
Oh,
Very well, you may begin your cross-examination. You dumbass!
Wisdom. Oh shit.
When I arrived at the studio, Mr. Misha was at his desk.
Was there anyone at the studio other than Mr. Mission?
Well, his daughter Vera, of course.
Was anyone besides Mr. Mission and Vera present?
Not a single one. Not a cat, not a rat, not even a mouse.
The only person who didn't belong to that studio there was you, wasn't it, Mr. Brosho?
I know what you're doing. I know your game. Attorney uses
Harry
classic
0294.
Ramsden
Court is back in
phenomenon
session.
ploy. End quote.
Court is back in session.
If you intend to suggest that this report is a suspect, I'm sure you also intend to present evidence supporting that assertion, correct? In the meantime, let's move along, shall we?
He seemed to be writing a letter, but he quickly sealed the envelope.
Hold it! So you put the letter away when he saw you?
Early reporter gets worm. End quote. That's my secret.
I'm not sure I follow.
It's the night of the interview. I arrive 15 minutes ahead of a schedule. The handle turns, the door opens, and I barge in.
Are you sure that's okay to do? I mean, isn't that unlawful entry, really?
Mr. Bishop sure seemed to think so. Should have seen him. He crammed his letter into that yellow envelope as fast as he could. I know a secret when I spot one, and that was one.
It does seem significant. Well, Mr. Justice.
I wonder. It does have the ring of something important.
Add to the testimony.
The defense finds this testimony vital, Your Honor.
Very well, please add it to the testimony then. Man, so many additions to the testimony today. Oh my goodness.
Hey, why not? My account comes free of charge.
Oh.
It was a yellow envelope. I heard it. Was left at the crime scene.
And you saw him seal this yellow envelope with the letter?
Hey, don't look at me like that. I saw what I saw.
Apollo, you think this might be...
Our big break, yeah. What I need is to show some decisive evidence now.
I thought nothing of it at the time, of course.
You didn't think anything might be wrong at the time?
Hey, when I go in an interview, that's what I'm there for and there to do. Interviewer finds looking more effective than caring. End quote.
So, what about now? Thinking back on it, did you sense anything strange in Mr. Misham's behavior?
Well, yeah. That's why I'm telling you all this to begin with.
Very well, continue with your testimony. And then suck my dick.
Now that I think about it, it's actually one dick. I mean,
Wow.
what if he was writing a suicide note?
Wow, that's so out there. A suicide note?
Well, yeah, don't quote me or anything. I'm just saying it's a possibility, you know?
So you didn't actually check the letter?
Of course not, it was sealed. Contents of can unknown until can is opened. End quote.
You can always check the label.
You think Mr. Mission was writing a suicide note?
If he was, that would solve the case in a jiffy.
Kind of makes me wonder about that letter.
Well,
Is it the same by the side with decisive evidence? We don't have a yellow. Do we have a yellow thing?
we have a red one. Oh wait, no wait, this is an autopsy one. This is the only envelope, it's red. So, I presented?
Actually, yeah, that's the contradiction. As it just so happens, there was a single letter in a desk drawer at the scene.
It wasn't yellow at all.
In a red envelope! Ah! What did you do to your face? Prosecutor Gavin.
This was horrible face, man.
Yes!
Was a yellow envelope found at the scene of the crime?
Unfortunately, no. But her forehead. It's easy to mistake the color of an envelope.
Yeah.
I guess, but not this envelope. You see, it was postmarked already, 7 years ago.
Oh, Mr. Burchell.
I can't explain that.
colorblind.
Drew, right? He wanted to get that letter in an envelope. Pronto! Get it out of the side of my beady eyes, right? So he grabbed the nearest envelope and crammed it away.
And what about the whole red and yellow envelope contradiction, chump?
Oh, Mr. Justice, have you anything to say to the witness claim?
That night, the victim put a letter he had been writing in a red envelope. It's impossible, of course.
Is it?
I don't know.
I mean, if it's 7 years.
I think it's impossible. Why possible? It's possible not the.
What?
Actually, what did we see in the thing again? Oh, wait.
If it's 7 years old, why?
Wasn't it closed before or something?
I just think it's impossible. If it's possible, then
Mr. Drew Mission. I suppose the $100,000.
I say it's impossible.
I mean, it's not his letter. Why would he put a letter he had been writing inside it?
It's impossible? It's impossible.
Yeah,
That's impossible!
Oh, I like your expression. So full of confidence.
It's simple, really. As it just so happens, the defense team investigated the contents of this envelope with the assistance of a forensic scientist.
What?
Note that this letter is addressed to Drew Mission. Why would he address a letter to himself? Let alone send a suicide note to himself.
I've been scooped!
Order! Order! I said order! Mr. Russia! Can you explain this to the court? Can you explain this?
Oh my, how could I have forgotten? I suppose this happens to the best of us. Reporter gets old, forgets lots, end quote.
I'm still waiting for an explanation, Mr. Russia!
No, you stupid old man. Well, that's the things. See? After he put his letter in the envelope, Mr. Bishop sat there searching his desk.
Terry0294. Order.
Order.
Or DAAAR. His desk drawer?
What? What?
His desk drawer?
Yes, a stamp, a so-called postage stamp. End quote.
A stamp? Whatever for?
Well, to mail his letter, what else? And then, why, yes, I think I saw him put it in his letter box. Yes, it was a yellow envelope, and he put it in that box.
Well, apparently this yellow letter has nothing to do with this case.
No?
Oh, I wish I did. Just thinking that I were a suicide note. What a story! Star writes suicide note in front of a reporter. False. End quote.
As I was saying, that has nothing to do with this case. That said,
Yes, Your Honor?
it makes me wonder about the content of that red envelope.
I disposed $100,000.
Sign the papers and send in the enclosed envelope.
$100,000 is quite a good deal of money.
So this was from 7 years ago, yeah?
So, am I finished here? Am I finished here? I was thinking of, going home to start writing.
What the fuck?
Oh!
Mr. Brownell!
I had to state what should be pretty obvious to anyone.
Wow.
But when you catch the scent of a story,
Wow.
you make that rather unique face.
Oh, come on! Attorney has active imagination, little else. End quote.
Even I noticed something and my eyes aren't what they used to be. You know, I'm starting to understand what all this perceiving stuff is about. Oh.
Josh has active imagination. End quote.
Please, continue with your testimony. Tell us about the scent of a story.
Hey, I'm the one asking the questions here usually. Actually, it took a bit of a work to get the thumbs up on the interview. Reporter leverages his story, gets his interview. End quote. The story concerned a certain case from 7 years ago. That red envelope probably had something to do with it. So what you will, say what you will, but Drew's talent was without compare.
So you threatened to go to press with this story? That's how you got your interview, blackmail?
Well, yes. No. It wasn't exactly black. I'm not.
Something wrong with Mr.
It was
Russia.
white mailing.
Look, this is my story, my tidbit. Journalist's invoice livelihood, end quote.
I see.
Asshole! While you have me chatting away in here, what's going on out
Anya
there?
True. Now
What
he
if someone
talked like PM
Wally
for a moment.
Wadsworth or Sally Scooper gets wind of my story? They could be going on the press while I'm going to waste!
The court feels your pain, Mr. Brushel. Mr. Justice, let's pick up the pace.
A certain case 7 years ago. Wait, 7 years ago?
Wow.
Actually,
Well,
it
now
took
we
a bit of
need
a work to get the thumbs up on the interview.
Well, looks like we have to.
The victim Drew Misham had an aversion to reporters?
Boy, I guess. Not even my considerable charge did much for him. Until I finally got my thumbs up, that is.
Maybe you can elaborate on that a bit for us?
Reporter leverages his story to get his interview. End quote.
Exactly what sort of story was this?
Oh, a little one, like I said. Nothing more, nothing less, nothing in between. End quote. I might have suggested I had a lean on this particular story, but I didn't threaten or cajole or nothing, honest!
So suggestion was enough to get an interview? Mr. Misham
Carry
must have really wanted to
0294.
keep it under
Who?
wraps.
suggestion was enough to get an interview?
The story concerned a certain case from 7 years ago.
A certain case 7 years ago? Tell us, what case?
It sounded like you were annoyed there, like, ugh.
No, I was a bit...
Are you getting sick?
Tell us what case.
I hope not, but I don't think so. Tell us, what case?
Let me say one thing, Mr. Attorney, and you can quote me on this. I can't talk about that case.
Why not?
It's about journalistic pride and staunchness and credibility and connections. Journalists reveal sources only over his damn body. End quote. So what'll it be? Gonna strangle me?
He sounds pretty
I couldn't even
determined
read
not
that.
to talk.
So what'll it be? Gonna strangle me? Man, don't tell tales, Mr. Attorney.
Sounds pretty determined not to talk.
Our chances of breaking his will aren't looking good.
That red envelope probably had something to do with it.
On the one hand, we have your story, and on the other, this letter. What makes you think the two are related?
Oh, well, I was just saying it's possible. Call reporter's intuition, end quote.
You're wrong.
Hey, I say a lot of things. You going to pick all of them apart? Be my guest.
All of them? No, just the incredibly suspicious ones.
I see. Anything else to add about Mr. Michelin?
Say what you will, but Drew's tale was without compare.
Just how amazing was Mr. Misham's talent?
Huh? Oh, wait, boy, I mean, hey, he's a starman. A star. The flow of his brush is like a great undulating river across the canvas. Artist paints line up studio like sun, end quote.
This guy's full of wacky gestures, but that one just now was wackier than usual.
Looks kind of nervous to me, Apollo.
Definitely. I'm sensing something different than before here. Maybe it's time to bring out you-know-what.
That testimony left a bad taste in my mouth.
It all makes sense. Nothing jumps out as ridiculous.
I wonder what this story he's talking about is. It must have been good to get an interview with a famous recluse like that.
Something powerful enough to drag Drew Misham out of hiding. I wonder, Mario wonder, maybe it had something to do with Mr. Misham's art? Or with the fact that he was a forger, you know? Forgery?
Well, let's use the ring.
Where did I actually tell you where? Which
Probably
state?
this one, yeah. Now look at his teeth. Ha!
What about the brush? Maybe his brush or something. Could even go there where the brush is? Nothing special there.
Here again. What about his eyebrows?
They're not moving.
What?
Here again. Sometimes it's very hidden, actually. I think it was his fingers, if I remember correctly.
Nothing is moving. Maybe it's the other hand. But is the other hand not down there?
Maybe it was his throat. His throat. I think it was moving or not moving. I don't know. Try again.
What?
It doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it's his mouth.
Ah, yes, this tube, but twisted a bit.
Wow.
It's not this statement, or I don't know.
Maybe his eyes.
Or maybe it's not this statement. Maybe it's another.
Maybe his arm. Yeah, these muscles go further up. Go further up. That thing there.
What?
Do it again. Hear it again. Sometimes it was real. I remember that sometimes it was really hidden.
Well, it's possible that it's not this statement.
Yeah, but didn't it say like it should use the thing again?
Yeah, maybe it's was the
Carry
afterward
0294.
thing you get
His
after
wrist?
testimony.
His wrist.
Remember, Dario, after the testimony, they always talk. Maybe it was to this part, I don't know.
This is the only thing that moves in this image.
Maybe compare the other animations of him.
As I was saying, I remember that sometimes it was really hidden.
Carry 0294. Or maybe his eyebrow?
Or maybe his eyebrow.
Well, I already said that.
Or check something else.
I guess you have to check another animation then.
We'll just
Carry
compare them
0294.
0294. Hmm.
Man.
Hold it!
Oh,
Hold up!
Here's nothing. Oh. Oh my god.
you have to look at everything. Just focus on one thing per, you know.
This was then really normal or something.
His throat, maybe. I think it was moving. Like he was swallowing something, but not here.
Your
apparently.
cum?
Yeah, swallowing your cum here.
But I don't think it's this one. He didn't do much animation there. He's only moving his mouth here.
What about his arms?
Carry 0294. This one is a tough one.
This one is a tough one.
We'll check something else. I have the feeling it's not that one.
I think it's... He said the last one. He wanted to use it on the last one. Look.
Just how amazing.
See,
I also think it's the last one, but
See,
so far we didn't see anything.
I said for somebody's story.
It has to be that one.
Yeah, wait. What about this?
Look at his arm again. But from the beginning, you know. I think there was something like barely visible there popping up. Some strain or something, I don't know.
What the fuck?
That's not his arm. Go more to the right. There's something there, down there.
I can't go, Lord.
You can't go more to the right?
Well, I can go more to the right, like this.
No.
Maybe I don't see it because I have low FPS, not just kidding.
It was something unusual, if I remember correctly.
Maybe his hair or something. His hairbrush hair.
This is ridiculous.
Or maybe he gets sweaty. Maybe there's sweat coming or something.
Maybe check his hair or something on his head, maybe.
Well, it doesn't look like it's changing. Did we have someone with sweat before?
No.
Then it must be
Raccoon
that,
Mario.
because I
Reese's
remember
hair.
it.
Reese's hair.
Maybe it was afterwards.
Maybe
there's
the
a-
other side. Try the other side. Maybe it's more visible. On
Maybe
the
there's
other
another
side.
scene. Maybe it's probably not the only time we use this thing here.
There. Look, there it is. Did you see?
What?
I told you about the sweat.
Oh my god.
And it
are you
disappeared
kidding-
instantly. It disappeared again.
What? Are you kidding me?
I told you it was something completely out there. Go further down, a bit more down.
So he pissed
there it is.
himself. So he pissed himself.
I told you it was completely out there.
An error two.
something
I
hardly
blink.
visible.
Do it again.
Do it again.
Sweat much, Mr.
And it
Broccoli?
hadn't now he needs some spray.
Yeah, well, a man can't help his glands, you know?
Need a
It's more than that. When
deodorant,
Mr.
man.
Misham's talent was mentioned, you suddenly began to sweat buckets. You're hiding something about his talent.
That's ridiculous!
Aviation
Maybe
Ripper
it's time.
I'm back again. What did I miss? Did I miss Clavier pissing his electric guitar
I'm
again?
back again. What did I miss? Did I miss Clavier pissing his electric guitar again?
No, you missed this Brussels guy sweating a
Well,
lot.
probably one of the paintings
now.
now.
Showing the talent mentioned in that letter.
Well, it's this.
That other.
Carry 0294. That was so difficult to see.
Description.
That was so difficult to see.
Try the other painting.
It must say something in the description or something.
That one. I mean, shouldn't it be that one?
Which one?
I mean, he was faking that painting, so he was drawing that one.
Okay.
I can't help but wonder what the court is supposed to do from this evidence.
Oh,
Other than that, you made a horrible mistake.
Aviation Ripper doors.
Man
Question
first
mark.
bridge forgets to cross first. End quote.
let's try that again. All I have to do is reveal what Mr. Mission really was. That shouldn't be so hard, right?
Well, then
We'll
it's the
check
other
the other.
painting.
What, does it say in the description or something?
No, it only says it's a large
Aviation
plum.
Ripper doors. Don't let me what we will present.
This painting was found in Mr. Misham's studio.
Aviation Ripper
No,
doors.
it doesn't count.
Wait, let me what you will
because, It's
present.
almost the same, but oh.
Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't count. It's a bit weird. I mean, the other one was the fake.
Maybe THR mailbox?
There are two problems. with
Aviation
this
Ripper
painting.
doors. Maybe THR mailbox?
It's not fake.
Aviation Ripper doors.
Two
Oh,
fucking.
never mind.
What's going on? Also, isn't it time to swap to PM or something?
Yes.
Aviation
but we
Ripper
do
doors.
after this.
Oh, never mind.
There are two problems with this fucking motherfucking painting. The first is it wasn't painted by Mr. Misham. The second is that there was another painting in the studio, which I just presented, which is apparently wrong, which looked exactly like this one, except it was only half done. Then we have a letter discussing a payment of $100,000, which suggests a certain business operation. The business of making forgeries!
Fucking
Oh my god.
That is all, Your Honor. I am done here. Drops microphone.
Everyone, please, everyone. Can we keep this private? Please! This is my story, my scoop!
Forgery? That's a serious crime!
Drew Mischief is known as an artist these days, but there were rumors he dabbled in another kind of art until a few years back.
Another art meaning forgery?
Drew Mischief was a talent, alright. Talented at making precise, detailed fakes.
Aviation Ripperdoors. Anyways, the yellow envelope was in mailbox and got sent it to Christoph Gavin in his prison cell in Finitry.
What?
No, you're spoiling it.
A fact that suit. A fact
Too
that
much
Aviation
info.
Ripperdoors. Sorry for spoilers.
Too many infos.
Criminal elements? What? You can't seriously be talking about...
Exactly. I'm talking about forging evidence. The rumor started circulating 7 years ago.
7 years ago?
Anirachu. Bro, just stop spoiling.
Stop spoiling.
Yeah.
So are we to understand that this letter, this payment of $100,000 was for?
Exactly. Forged evidence! That's steady profit, end quote.
Order! 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 Why, it's like our victim was living a double life!
Carry 0294. No spoilers.
Ha!
No spoilers.
So, this is my chance. So the victim had
Aviation
ties to the
Ripperdoors.
criminal
Bro,
world,
sorry for
right?
spoiling. Loudly crying face, loudly crying face, loudly crying face.
Crying face, loudly crying face, loudly crying face.
He could have had plenty of enemies we know nothing about.
This is my first time hearing of this criminal world. We certainly found no criminal connection when we conducted our investigation.
But how do you explain all this money? You have to admit there's a possibility of some illegal activity here.
But there is no proof tying this letter to our case. Our case was and remains simple from the beginning. Only the defendant could have poisoned that mutt that night. And you, of course.
Hey! That only thing I poison is my pen when I'm writing reviews.
Mr. Brush, your testimony to this point has been quite unreliable. It doesn't speak well of your reporting acumen.
What are you talking about? My journalism is perfect. Journalism so solid you could stand an elephant on it. Act one.
In any case, let's hear a summarized recap of your testimony. If we can ascertain the situation that stood you from the recap, the trial is over.
Apollo, what's he talking about?
The cross-examination showed Mr. Brushel didn't have reason or means to poison him. As long as there's no other suspects. And the killer had to be Vera. That's what. This next testimony is our last chance.
Mr. Brushel, your testimony, please.
Well, now it's time to swap.
Do it right this time!
But I also gotta go to the toilet.
Are we writing? The best thing is.
No, I'm
best
not
thing
gonna
is-
rewind my shit.
The best thing is.
Okay, I'll be back.
I have already 2 penalties. Already 2.
2 penalties. Be back. Yeah, that's gonna sound like in the toilet.
I mean, the first penalty was a mega
Aviation
fail,
Ripperdoors.
actually.
Greek letters Eta. S equals 0.
I do the click.
Aviation River.
Anirachu.
Zeta.
Penalties.
S equals 0. Anarachu. Penalties.
Penalties.
The question is my controller working? How do
Why
I
didn't
know?
you test it?
I'm pressing, but the issue is the sound didn't come when I pressed it. This is the weird thing.
Yeah, then you
Anirachu. I
did
can't believe she
something wrong.
pronounced it like he
She
did.
pronounced it like
No.
he did.
If I press it, the sound should come.
Is it working on your end?
No. I mean, oh no.
Yeah, then check it on your end then.
Well, the controller is on, I didn't hear the sound in puzzle. This is the issue.
Yeah, but it should work on your end. If it's also not working on your end, then it's your controller.
Or maybe Dario didn't, I don't know.
Aviation Ripper Doors. Defense present to forged
It's always
evidence.
like
They lose their
always.
badge.
Evidence.
Prosecutor
There's
present to
nothing
forged
different.
evidence. They get a penalty. This is so
Prosecutor
unfair.
presented forged evidence. They get a penalty. This is so unfair.
I'll pause the stream and we'll see. Well, then come in again. Well, you're pressing, but it's not connecting.
Carry 0294. Penalties.
Is that possible? This again, this one thing with the passing thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't do anything right now. It takes a while, and I have to
Aviation Ripper
shut
Doors.
down my PC
Penalty.
and everything.
Maybe Dario should try to join you. Like, say, if it didn't, well, it's probably the same issue like always, like this one, but.
Let me restart. I mean, quit.
I mean, we didn't play like one a week, and
Penalty.
that's terrible in passing. That's terrible.
Aviation Ripper Doors. Penalty.
Maybe Dario should join you, and then it works. I don't know.
I'll try again.
Weird.
I launched it as an admin.
Wow.
On pause.
Oh no, only way. Well, we can keep pausing because Dario is not here. And I need to try with 2 penalties already. Wait.
Why are you so hung up on the penalties?
I don't know. I
Like,
only
you
3
always
left.
know everything, so it should
No.
be easy for you.
Aviation Ripper Doors. MR toothbrush is showing his off with his nose like 20 times.
Aviation Ripper Doors.
Please start
MR
the
toothbrush is
testimony.
showing his off with his nose like 20 times. Please start the testimony.
No.
Witness.
If I know everything, why do I have then last time I had like 2 penalties before?
Well,
Makes no sense.
good thing I remembered the sweating. I know that was the case in some case.
But after many
I
hours,
just didn't know that it was this one.
if you do it 1 hour, you probably will find it.
Aviation Ripper Doors.
Aviation Ripper Doors. Penalty.
Penalty.
Raccoon Mario. Sweat.
Sweat.
I mean, it's the first time I play again after 1 week and 1 day.
Why is Dario taking so long? Well, I guess you can already start. I mean, it's probably
voice.
nothing.
Okay, then I do this once.
I
The
sound
only
like
other
Mario.
person in the studio that night was the defendant.
Imagine he is sweating in his ass.
It was
Aviation
Vera
Ripper
who
Doors.
put the coffee.
Imagine he is sweating
She's
in his
admitted
ass.
as much herself. The only thing that touched Drew's lips during the interview was that mark.
What is that voice? My god.
And nothing left that studio after he died. Nothing.
Oh, it just sound like Mario or something.
Right? Clearly the only one who could have poisoned him was his daughter.
Nice testimony!
Honor 2. I bet you get the voice with holding your nose.
Voice with holding your nose.
Um,
Aviation Ripper Doors. NILTI.
Environment for
Aviation Ripper Doors. Penalty.
A nice testimony. Clear to sin.
I already said that.
Without. Oh wait, you said that?
Shucks. You really think so?
Because I said I need to talk to this guy because
I believe this clarifies the situation that night. Very well, Mr. Justice. You may begin your final cross-examination.
Right. I still have one trump card left to play. Donald Trump. And I won't let this trial end until I use it.
What?
Oh, finally.
The only other person in the studio that night was the defendant.
This button? Oh.
But that doesn't prove Vera poisoned it. By the way, Dario, we had this bug again with the controller. So I had to restart Parsec as an admin and then it worked. Crazy, huh?
How many times have we heard that one? Her forehead! The poison reached its victim via the coffee mug. And from where did that coffee come?
Oh, a bad coffee machine.
From his ass?
Not to beat a dead horse again and again, but perhaps you could fill us in.
I'm on it. You need a horse to beat? I'm your man. Hacha! Da! Ha!
And he's beating
Wow.
up the horse.
It was
Damn.
Vera who poured the coffee. She admitted as much as herself.
Oh wait, you did change the name, actually.
Aviation Ripper Doors. Why is Clavier talking like the young present like 4 minutes ago? Skull 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 turtle skull 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 skull
Skull's turtle.
Well, because I voiced him for one line, because Dario was gone.
Oh.
And you witnessed her pouring the coffee?
Of course I didn't witness it. When she came in with that tray, the coffee was already poured and steaming.
Wow, steam.
Let us not forget that the defendant has admitted to pouring the coffee herself.
Raccoon
I heard
Mario.
her statement.
I
Scam.
poured it, I served, and I killed.
What?
That last part was just a little joke.
We'll joke about that.
So fucking funny.
Mr. Gavin!
I don't think I'm going to get anywhere with this coffee mug. I need to find another weak spot in this
Aviation
case.
Ripper Doors. The one who poisoned the victim is a glove.
Aviation Ripper Doors. The one who poisoned the
The
victim
only
is...
thing that touched June's lips during that interview was that mug.
Aviation Ripper Doors. It is a
You
joke.
sure about
Don't
that?
take it seriously.
Aviation
Well,
Ripper Doors.
to be really real precise,
A joke. Don't take IT seriously.
I was busy gobbling mint candies the whole time.
Wow. One of those candies might have been poisoned!
Yet at the time of the autopsy, no fresh fragrance of mint filled the room. And no mint residue was found.
Aviation Ripper Doors.
Was a long shot away.
Are you French? Because I fall for you.
What?
Aviation Ripper Doors. Are you French? Because I fall for you.
We are not French.
Don't tell me you're still trying to prove this.
We don't speak baguette. We don't speak baguette.
You think the victim ate, drank, or otherwise ingested something other than coffee?
Yes. It was cum.
Well, Mr. Justice, if you have some proof.
The possibility is there, I can feel it. Just maybe not prove it, not yet. And possibility isn't going to cut it, not now. Mr. Misham ingested that poison via a route other than that coffee.
I can prove it.
Not yet. I want to hear the other statements.
Wasn't it that mini picture frame that was also poisonous? It can't be proven.
I do believe our little forehead is growing up. Pity. We like the rash, youthful forehead best.
Another hole in this case that needs plugging before I can prove anything. But first things first, I'd better uncover a weak spot before I try to strike again.
Ah!
On with the course examination. On with the course examination. I'm dying.
Aviation Ripper Doors.
Yes.
Like ice is a piece to be proven.
Are you back?
Horse.
Are you back?
On with the cross-examination!
And nothing
Aviation
left
Ripper
that
Doors.
studio after he
Franz
died.
Joseph.
Nothing.
Franz Josef?
Except his ghost. Not one thing? You're sure?
Yep, sure as it sure can be.
Carry
Well,
0294.
one exception.
He's a croissant kind of guy.
He's a croissant kind of guy.
What exception? What?
Journalist Sparks, Brushel does interview. Leave studio. End quote.
Oh my god!
Come on!
Wow.
Was this a joke? No.
It's a joke, ain't it? Not funny, I know, but still.
Did something leave the studio that night? Why does that sound familiar? Where have I heard something like that before?
Now that we've proven our witness is a comedian of sorts, I'd like to turn to our defense attorney before returning to the testimony.
Aviation Ripperdoors. Is Judge getting new mono ultra
Do you have
microscopic
any idea
silico
what,
volcano
if anything,
coniosis
might
again?
have
Why is he
left the
talking like he
studio
can't
that
breath?
night?
Just one thing.
I have.
Your balls! Oh.
I can't think of a single thing. If anything did leave, wouldn't Mr. Brushel have noticed?
That I would. That I would. Nothing left. Save myself, of course.
Say that again and you will be held in contempt of court. Let's get back to the cross-examination then.
We have two possibilities.
Clearly, the only one who could have been poisoned him was his daughter.
You say clearly as though it were obvious. But this
Aviation
claim that
Ripperdoors.
the defendant
Mailbox
poisoned the
present
victim is
tense
merely
spinning egg
conjecture.
Ah, yes, well, you see. In my business, it's all about making the most ridiculous things sound right. A bad habit, I know.
Oh!
Yes, well, actually, I guess this is more of a case of ridiculous journalist sounds wrong. End quote.
The court is forced to agree with you. Please refrain from wild conjecture.
Only I could believe that.
Now say this word, Dario.
I just said hung up.
Carry 0294. End quote.
End quote.
What do you think, Apollo? Everything he's saying seems so not flawed.
Well, that's kind of what you want from a testimony, really. I need to keep my eye on what matters. How and why was Drew Misham killed? Vera poured the coffee. That's not going to change. But if that coffee didn't kill him, I need to find what did. And prove it. So yeah, Dario, it's called the DJI Osmo Pocket 3.
Okay, let me look this up. DJI.
Or DJI. I don't know, DJI. Osmo.
Osmo.
Pocket 3.
Oh, there it is. Pocket 3. Ah, okay. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I know what. Okay.
It
Holy
costs pretty
shit,
much.
What the fuck? They're fucking expensive.
What? No, it cost as much as my old camera that I bought in 2016,
Well, how much?
which I'm about to sell on eBay. What?
Anyway,
How much does it cost? Or how much did you
Well,
pay?
I bought it with a 256 gigabyte micro SD card, and the total was 562 euros and 65 cents.
Okay, well, this one is 500.
Anyway.
bucks.
I don't think anything left the thing.
I mean,
so
if you want a 4K camera, then you need to splurge some money. You can't just buy the cheapest thing.
someone
Well,
listen
I
to
have
me.
my iPhone.
Wow, great.
Someone listen to me.
No.
I said probably nothing left because what would be left in the house? I mean,
Actually, I know
nothing.
what it is, Pierre.
I think this was this a statement.
You sure about that? One of those candies might be poisoned.
Raccoon Mario. Dario, did you buy Apple Vision Pro?
I did not. It's not even worth it. Because first of all,
Wow.
well, anyways, first of all, it's not worth it.
What's that
It's expensive.
picture frame?
You think the picture frame, okay?
Yeah.
Can do.
Proof is possible. I gotta risk it.
Oh, excellent. Let's see your proof then. You
The crash
fucking
back-
moron.
Why would he how did he touch it? With the hand, with the lips or what? Oh, I don't know.
Please show us your evidence. What evidence shows that the victim wasn't poisoned via his coffee mug?
Oh yeah, that was wrong, baby. Or something.
Must I explain this over and over?
And over.
We don't need
Aviation Ripper
possibilities
doors.
here,
Lang Z
Hereford.
says,
We need
A Wolf is so
proof.
hungry. He want to eat Phonic Wright's daughter. Trucy.
I know that.
You should also know that every pro has its moment. Perhaps you're a bit early.
I can tell you what we know at this point. The victim put nothing to his mouth but that coffee mug, and he didn't lick that picture frame!
Another hole in this case that needs plugging before I can prove anything.
Didn't they say about possibilities before?
But first things first. I better uncover a weak spot before I try to strike again. Oh, wow. For some reason you didn't get a penalty for this.
Why not?
Maybe it was
Because
almost
the game
right.
is...
Warum?
So the
So
other
what,
one,
kind,
where you want-
so what kind of iPhone do you have?
I have the 15 Pro. Which was actually, apparently, well, according to Apple, was used to shoot that presentation.
Aviation River doors.
Wow.
And they showed the thing.
Aviation
So it
Ripper
must
doors.
be an
Fully of
extreme.
water.
It's an extreme camera, apparently.
Where this-
And it also has
fourth
something called
statement?
Kino
Raccoon
modus.
Mario. Ak, you have that.
OCU have that.
Ah, misclicked. What damn it.
Ah, misclicked. How many times do I have to tell you?
For some reason I was thinking about the L thing and I pressed it.
How many times do we have to tell you this, old man?
Well, there was another statement, I think was it this one?
It was
Left.
your mom.
Maybe it wasn't, maybe it was almost right. Maybe this picture left the room or something.
Mr. Forehead.
Not one thing, you're sure?
Nada. Yep, sure as you sure can be.
Oh, with one exception.
Fuck! I thought it was a funny joke.
Again. Did something leave the studio that night? Why does that sound familiar? Where have I heard something like that before?
Oh, we've proven our witness. Oh!
Aviation River doors. Why? Yeah.
Hey.
Aviation Ripper doors.
Wow.
YYAHHITBURNSITBURNSTHEGLEDO.
80% the frame. That's why it wasn't all that wrong before, because it was almost right.
Well, isn't it the... Well, I mean... Doesn't this
It was
letter
almo-
box...
Why?
This thing,
Why
the
should it let
contact to the outside world. This is the only time where it
Well.
could leave.
Yeah, this Klaus had left this thing. Lol. Let me think, give me 5 seconds.
If
if it's wrong, man,
if
then,
anything might have left the studio that night.
But the letters could have left. Oh no, the cat. Give me a moment.
No?
cat left.
No, he didn't left.
Oh, well,
Just one
it's just
thing.
one thing.
I think one thing might very well have left the studio that night, actually. A certain something that has vanished from the crime scene.
Then there is wrong. This can vanish, or what? Can this thing vanish?
No, but you can.
Raccoon Mario.
But it
Playing
is the
Twitch.
only way that it can go away.
What would you mean?
Was he not saying a thing is called an item, not a...
Something other than our witness?
Yes.
Of course.
Don't tell me Vera Mishman.
Believe me,
Mississippi.
any comic relief I may provide is entirely unintentional.
Wow.
And let's see what you've got for us, Mr. Justice.
Well, this thing wasn't at the scene of the crime, so I can't show it to you. But I do have evidence that shows how it could have been taken from the scene.
Okay, now it's saying it. It's taken.
This is the only link between that studio and the outside world.
A letterbox?
What did Mr. Brushel just tell us? When he entered the studio on the night of the murder, the victim had just finished writing a letter.
Yeah, I said that, and yeah, it was true.
Furthermore, you went on to tell us that he put the letter in the yellow envelope and put it in the letterbox.
Oh!
My God.
But that very same letterbox was empty. In other words, that night the yellow envelope disappeared.
Ah yes, intriguing. So an envelope disappeared from the scene of the crime. Of course, this changes nothing.
Huh?
Here's the point, Mr. Justice. What we are trying to figure out here is how the poison got into Mr. Mission. Is it really important that this envelope the witness says he saw disappeared?
Yes.
Well, if it did disappear, then something did leave the studio that night. That seems very important to me.
Very well then, the witness will add this to his testimony.
You got it.
You got it.
I still think this fails to change anything here, forehead. Actually, I didn't even do anything in this trial, really.
I wouldn't be so sure. A letter disappeared from the crime scene that night. This is exactly the opening I've been looking for.
A letter was put in the post from the studio, but I hardly think that matters.
Nothing could be more serious than an envelope disappearing from that studio. And you were hiding that fact from us.
Yes, well, actually...
I don't argue the possibility that letter disappeared from the studio. But Herr Forehead, isn't there a much more serious question before us?
Right, how Mr. Mission was poisoned, I know. But Mr. Brushel's testimony has changed, which means the facts of the case have too. And what he's told us means something entirely different now, I'm starting to think.
Let's keep thinking, Apollo.
So yeah, what I said, the Vision Pro is not worth it because first of all, it's a Generation 1 product, so that's always a bad thing to have. And second of all, it's expensive.
A letter.
Yeah, everything with Apple on it is so expensive, and
Well, I mean, to be honest, that the price is actually justified for what it offers. It's pretty impressive hardware. I mean, there's a little
Please.
fucking laptop.
get off.
There's a
Please
fucking
get off the
laptop.
Apple cock.
There's a
Please.
laptop chip in there. That's crazy.
But guess what? Your mom is also in there.
Well, guess what?
Oh,
Your
no.
room is also in there. I just can, I just put your room
Raccoon
in
Mario.
my Vision Pro.
Mario would have bought it.
Would have bought it.
Oh my goodness. Now you
And
can see me.
and then I can see your
laughing.
plushies.
Wow. Amazing.
And then guess what? I can steal your plushies too. I just take it from the
And then you can
vision.
see Sobolt's pussy.
Well,
Because, you know, that's where it's sewn together in the crotch. It can't be proven.
I do believe our.
Wait a second.
Is this new? Didn't say
Wait a
you said this
second.
before.
Wait a second! You already know a letter might have left the studio that night. Couldn't that have opened another path for poisoning? The situation's already changed. I just need to take advantage of it.
Let's continue with the cross-examination.
A letter was dead. But yeah, also you can't buy the Apple Vision Pro yet in Switzerland.
Show me your moves.
So there's that.
Wait a
Yeah.
Raccoon Mario. 2024. Dario will buy iPhone 16 but not Apple Vision Pro 2.
iPhone 16 but not Apple Vision Pro 2.
I have the feeling you to show the thing now
But
with
the Apple Vision
when-
Pro came out in 2024.
Yes! Talking cat! Yes!
It's always that sound.
Why does it happen so often?
I don't know, man.
Proof is possible. Here goes nothing.
Raccoon Mario.
There
Oh
you
well,
go.
I forgot.
Oh, well, I forgot.
You do understand what we need, yeah? Proof, herefore, not possibilities.
Of course, and Prosecutor Gavin, I hope you understand. I'm ready to give you that proof.
What do you say?
I have proof of the disappearing envelope.
I saw him writing a letter. I did!
Which was picked up by the mailman, I assume.
Of course, which means that envelope had a stamp on it.
A stamp.
Oh! As we all know, stamps come with dried glue on the back. In order to use the glue, you have to wet it. By licking the stamp!
Damn, what a proof. No one worth talking to actually licks stamp in this day and age.
Even if you wanted to talk to him, you couldn't. He's dead after all.
Okay, so he licked the stamp. But wait! How does that explain the anthraquinine on the rim of the coffee mug?
If you licked the back of a poisoned stamp, the poison would get on his tongue, yes? What would then happen if you put the coffee mug to his mouth, hmm?
Ugh! Damn, he got me.
Those traces on the mug weren't the killer's doing, it was the other way around. What? The coffee mug didn't poison Mr. Misham. Mr. Misham poisoned the coffee mug himself! That sounds so ridiculous that way.
Order!
Order! Order! Order!
That was a nice shit. But that doesn't... does it?
Recall, if you would. Total recall. Atroconine
that
is
would
a
be
slow-acting poison, yes? The poison entered his body when he put the stamp on that envelope.
Yes,
And his time wasn't up until the very moment he touched his lips to that cup of joe.
yes. Man, why does he always say cup of joe? Is he cool or
Because
something?
that's how they say it, I guess.
Is that a cool thing to say? Cup of joe?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
There's something to add, Mr. Brochel.
Uh-oh, his nose is picking up another scent. The scent of shit.
As I believe I mentioned earlier, Well, that's the thing, see? After he put his letter in that envelope, Mr. Mishra sat there searching his desk drawer for something. Yes, a stamp, a so-called postage stamp, end quote. But you know, I don't seem to remember him ever finding one.
Herlock Sholmes. Nice stream, thumbs up.
Maybe it just went out.
What? It's Herlock Sholmes. Hello, Herlock Sholmes. Welcome to the stream.
Herlock Sholmes.
Sholmes.
Nice stream, thumbs up sign.
Wow.
Incidentally, we searched the desk drawer at the scene of the crime. There were no stamps, not a single one. Fuck!
That does pose a problem. How will you prove that the stamp was coated with poison?
Well, maybe.
Yeah, it's totally obvious now. You present the frame. I mean, it's so obvious.
Can we use this as this? It's not a stamp, it's a stempel or something.
Actually, I'm glad no other stamps were found. It makes proving the stamp he used was poison possible.
Good show, good show.
That's why it was wrong. It wasn't wrong before because we didn't wear that yet.
You can't even prove there was a stamp at the scene in the first place.
Carry0294.
Well, let's hear what
Look
the
at Herlock
defense has to
Sholmes.
say anyway.
It's Herlock Sholmes.
Where's your evidence that proves the existence of this poisoned stamp? Well, that certainly is a cute little frame, and by little I mean really little. Almost as little as your cock!
It was on the victim's desk, Your Honor. Quite empty, as you can see for yourself.
I noticed that too during my inspection.
So what?
Ah, apparently you weren't as observant as you should have been. You see, when you saw this frame, it was missing something quite important.
Missing something?
Yes, a pale bluish stain on the inside of the frame. Atropine residue.
What? Why wasn't I told about this?
The frame is only 2 inches square. The face of the frame is even smaller. Maybe an inch wide at most.
You aren't saying...
Oh, but I am. Tell me, what fits in such a small frame? Besides your dick? A commemorative stamp, perhaps? Oh! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Man, you burped.
What? No. I
Did
didn't.
you? No?
No.
It sounded like you burped.
No. No. That's what.
Okay.
Well, I was stopping once doing my scream.
Oh! The poison stamp was in this frame!
It needs.
Ugh! Impossible!
Prosecutor Gavin!
Why would he put something like that on his desk? Don't tell me he had it there so he could commit suicide if the mood struck.
You know, I can't say something. I had a thought, see?
There you go. Now I burped. Lol.
What, Mr. Broshelin? Please stop jittering around like that!
The victim was a forger, right? There's a lot of money in that line of work. Forger's friends makes enemies too, end quote.
So the poison stamp might have been a murder weapon aimed at him.
Oh, rich. That's rich. Leave that ridiculous flights of fancy to the governor's song lyrics, please.
Finally, something we agree on.
The stamp was a murder weapon? Nonsense. Murder is a simple business. Who would go such lengths? No one.
Oh, I disagree.
Come again?
Recall, if you would, the victim's reclusive lifestyle. Drew Misham hid from the world. He avoided meetings. His only contact with the outside world was the mail.
Mail.
The mail!
Now, if you wanted to kill someone you couldn't meet, but you knew read letters, A stamp would be the perfect weapon.
Ridiculous! Where's your proof? I want proof! Show us evidence that this poison stamp was sent to him as a murder weapon.
I might not have evidence, per se, but things are finally starting to come together.
What is it, Apollo? Your fists are trembling.
I think I know what happened. I don't believe it, but I can see it. I think I know how Mr. Mission was killed.
Well, fill us in, Mr. Justice.
A certain piece of evidence points to the truth, Your Honor. I can show you how someone with the intent to kill sent Mr. Mission the stamp of death.
Ooh.
Check this again.
So, what is your opinion on the PlayStation 5 is entering the latter stage of its life cycle?
Yeah.
That's so
What the hell?
pathetic. Like,
I just don't get the point of the PlayStation 5, other than it plays PlayStation 4 games.
It has no games. It has.
Well, people said this about the Switch, you know.
Well,
Switch has no games.
Yeah, but seriously, what PS5 game is there like I don't know. There's nothing.
According to some Twitter posts I read, it has even fewer exclusives than the Wii U.
Anirachu. PS5 has no games.
PS5 has no games.
In fact, the best PlayStation 5 game is literally a PS3 game.
Wow.
Like, apparently. It's a remake, I guess. But
Anirachu.
still.
And every exclusive becomes multiplat in a few years.
Becomes multiplat in a few years.
So
What about
I
Final
guess
Fantasy 16? Did that get released on the PlayStation 5?
it was released, but
But nobody cared.
Anirachu. Or not
Right.
even. Maybe 1 year.
I don't
Maybe
know
1
actually.
year.
I remember back then when Final Fantasy 15 came out, it was like a big thing and everybody was talking about it. But now with Final Fantasy 16, nobody seems to care.
Because it's not a Final Fantasy game. It's like I don't even know what that game is, to be honest.
Me neither. It's not Final Fantasy. Well, it's not a Final Fantasy game at all, you know, because it's all just hack and slash.
Anirachu. I care. I love 16. And it is a Final Fantasy game.
Wow,
And it is a Final Fantasy game.
congratulations, Indira.
I only saw like
Carry
big
0294.
monsters.
Yet I feel like the PS5 is dying off
Yet
quickly.
I feel like the PS5 is dying off quickly.
So yeah, very strange thing. So I guess the PS5 is not doing as well as they hoped,
I guess so.
which is very strange. That is very
Power
very
isn't everything after all.
I can show you how to.
I mean, it shouldn't be
someone
as
with
weak
int.
as the Switch, of course, but
Anirachu.
you need
The issue is it's in
games.
PS5 prison.
It's in
For now.
PS5 prison. For now.
Yeah,
it
that's the
means
thing, it's
game
for now.
developers. But now they are letting all the game developers go, you know?
Or maybe the
who's making the
PS5
games now?
Actually, maybe the PS5, you know, since Microsoft is buying all these studios, now they don't have studios anymore. Now they can't make games. Because everybody's owned by Microsoft.
Yeah, gaming is pretty much dead.
Thankfully,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
Ace
Can't be this.
Attorney Apollo Justice Trilogy, huh? Oh wait, this is an old game.
Is the cache not somehow weird?
Anirachu. I feel
I can't
Sony is going
show-
to ride more of hardware selling, because it seems they already plan the PS6, much faster than the previous
They
consoles.
already planned the PS6.
How?
Much faster
Yeah, but the
than previous
PS5,
consoles.
huh? If it's not even
But the
4 years
PS5
old.
just came out, you know?
Yeah, it's 4 years old. The
Actually, I
PS4
can't
lasted
believe it's
far
been 4
longer.
years already.
It's lasted far longer, the PS4. How long was the PS1? It was 2011. No, wait,
Anirachu.
2014.
They literally said it's half through its lifetime.
It's half through its lifetime.
Oh, okay, man. I guess technically it is half. But the PS4 is still on. There's still PS4 games. Apparently. Actually, when did the
Why
PS4
don't you read
came
the
out?
letter
2014?
again?
Which letter? This
In
one?
the red envelope.
Okay, 2013. So over 10
We said-
years.
we s-
Go to the next page. Look, enclosed stamp. It's the letter. It's so obvious, man.
I was
It's
thinking
so
about other
obvious.
stuff.
Raccoon Mario. Isn't a lifespan for a PlayStation
Just
10
said that,
years?
like at the beginning.
Present it now.
I guess.
You take full responsibility if it's wrong. See, it's not wrong.
Isn't this the envelope? The one from 7 years ago?
Because we keep talking about PlayStation something.
Yep. What?
Yeah, we're
I mean,
talking
it
about the
wasn't-
PlayStation 5.
It was obvious from the beginning to me. Think about
Really
the text
now?
of the letter again.
Why didn't you say anything? It was obvious.
Because I was talking about the PlayStation fucking 5 and Final fucking Fantasy fucking 16.
And why do we talk about this while in a...
There were
the
2
court?
pages in the envelope. This is page 1.
Carry 0294. The PS4 lasted longer than that, I think.
Talk something else when...
Longer than that, I think.
And this is page 2. And this is page 2.
I mean, there's not even a PS5
Anirachu.
Pro.
Imagine having your console
Imagine
being half
having
through
your
its lifetime and
console
still have
being
no
half
games.
Through its lifetime and still have no games.
I want to draw your attention to one phrase in particular. Send link. No, send in the enclosed envelope with the enclosed instruction book. Just kidding. Enclosed stamp within 3
Send
days.
link. Just right click and.
Oh yeah,
Send
you
link.
should check out this Hotel Mario beta. Beta. The enclosed stamp, Your Honor.
Oh!
Yeah.
In other words, if I have this straight, the stamp, poison on the stamp, lick, gasp. End quote.
Now, what if you had done exactly as the letter asked?
You would sign the document, put it in the envelope, and put the stamp on it, right? Then he would put it in his letterbox.
15 minutes wouldn't have elapsed between affixing the stamp and mailing the letter. But the clock started ticking, and when the time came, he drew his last breath. Breath of the Wild. And the murder weapon would be taken away from the scene. Take him away!
Quite conveniently, thanks to the postal system.
Such a splendid imagination you have here, forehead.
Huh.
Let me confirm one thing with you, if I might. So, this poison stamp was inside this envelope from 7 years ago, yeah?
Yeah,
Is that what you have to believe, really?
yeah.
Well,
It's a little bit of a stretch, but there's a possibility.
Yes, a very small possibility. How small, I wonder? A poison stamp in this envelope? A stamp that then become the murder weapon? How do you intend to prove with this seemingly coincidence?
Well,
it was 7 years ago and we don't even know who sent that letter.
And now Mr. Right comes in. I know. I'm just kidding. And your answer is silence. I see. Very well. I move to. It's not.
I don't know who's
I
saying
think
that.
that's probably.
Don't tell me
wait.
it's-
Oh wait!
Don't
tell me
it's him
that's Mr.
again, don't-
Right. It's not nice to pick on Fräulein.
But we don't know yet.
I think that's Phoenix Wright.
Now sometimes my click is not working.
Oh.
I'm
Are you
pressing.
stupid?
I'm pressing A. I don't. I like to press many times. Didn't work.
What?
Oh.
Wait, what?
What?
What was that? Huh? That was weird. Ah, Emma!
That
This was a full joke. It was shock and then.
Well, like my Christoph Gavin impression. Did I sound like him?
Oh, okay, that's why. Don't quit your day job.
Don't you have a crime scene to be looking after, Fräulein Detective?
Someone had to come dig you all of that of a mess you're making on this case.
Mess?
You know, none of this would have happened if you just trusted in the signs a little more. You can find out if the stamp was in that envelope easy.
Care to explain yourself, Fräulein Detective?
Glare at me all you want, but signs is on my side. It's all in the residue, right?
That's right. The poison detection spray.
Produce the red envelope at once. You can open it on the authority of the court.
Oh, I need to spray myself.
Because why?
So which pixel is it?
Maybe $100,000.
Probably on the bottom right. Look, there it is.
I need to click again? Oh.
Yes, examine, didn't you see it?
Oh, would you look at that?
No mistaking it. That's a nitrogenate residue.
I don't believe it! A murder weapon from the past! And linked to the past! Now 7 years later it bears its fangs at last!
Ugh! Absolutely atrocious! Tell me why! Why did this murder take place 7 years ago?
Well,
There's one possibility. Your mom. Maybe Mr. Bishop figured it out.
Figured what out?
He realized that the person who sent that letter wanted him dead. So he sent his reply with a different stamp.
And put his decisive evidence in a frame.
Hold it!
Who's now coming?
Ah! You're still here?
You didn't call me off, Judge. Can I make a statement here on the record? I, smart razor-tooth Brushel, claim this scoop as mine. You misread killed in cold blood. By sender of 7-year-old letter. I quote. I know maybe something more succinct. Star falls after 7-year delay. End quote.
Order! 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 That was my attempt at singing. I see no room for further argument here. Though I admit this is all coming as quite as a shock. To think that the murder weapon reached his mouth after 7 years. Stamp his ticket straight to afterlife. End quote.
Uh-oh. I think the witness is a bad influence on our judge.
I see no need for further debate on this matter. The sender of that letter 7 years ago could hardly have been our defendant.
Apollo! I think we just won! We won!
Very well, this court finds the defendant.
As if it's this easy.
Yeah,
Probably
as
something
if,
happened.
right?
It's the third time he's doing this already.
Is this the bright future of our legal system?
He's like multiple. So.
Prosecutor gave in?
A ticket to the after-us from 7 years ago.
That's bullshit.
Tickets for the Gavinier shows are invalid after 2 weeks.
But it doesn't make sense any other way.
It boggles my mind that so many people haven't noticed this. There's a fatal contradiction in her forehead's claims.
Contradiction?
A poison stem was placed in this envelope 7 years ago. Whereupon it was framed until now. If that's the case, then why would Drew Mishman have done what he did?
Emma explained that. He must have realized it was poisoned.
Therein lies the rub. 7 years ago, the forger Drew Mishman sensed a trap and put the stem in the frame. I do not debate this, but this begs the question. Why 7 years later did he use that stem on the night of the murder? Surely you don't mean suggest that Mr. Misham simply forgot?
Lol.
He put the murder weapon in a frame on his desk for 7 years and forgot?
Maybe he had Alzheimer or something.
You expect us to believe he sprang into the trap himself?
Look close up.
Look how smug he is. And, you know.
And hot. Not just kidding. On this animation where he falls. Oh. Ugh.
Well, I admit this is all quite shocking. Myself, it does seem highly unlikely that he would fall afoul of a trap that had been sitting on his desk for 7 years.
Apollo!
I don't think we are winning anymore.
Oh, I'm glad to see that we're all back in the real world now. Welcome back to reality. We've been waiting for you.
Oh my god. Okay, then how do you explain the poison stem that was in this envelope?
The poison stamp? Where exactly is this poison stamp again? Have you brought it to court for us?
Again, no evidence.
I see no proof that such thing ever existed.
What about the atrocanine residue, huh?
Oh, I agree. That does seem to be a trigonine residue. But her forehead, it's certainly no stamp.
Yeah, but...
Even if your precious poison stamp did exist, Drew Mishram never would have used it. That is all.
Look! I believe we've come to a conclusion. Again!
Apollo, were we wrong the whole time?
I can't believe it. The poison traces match up. It can't be coincidence.
I'd like to bring some closure to this issue sometime this year. Mr. Justice?
Yes, Your Honor.
Let's review the facts and see where we stand. 7 years ago, Drew Misham received a red envelope. There were traces of the poisoned anthraquinine on the document inside that envelope. A similar trace was also found at the crime scene. On this tiny picture frame, the defense has indicated the possibility of a yellow envelope. An envelope that left the scene of the crime with the poison stamp on it.
Yes, but even if this envelope contained a poison stamp, and Drew Misham, knowing this, put it in the frame, he never would have used the stamp.
I'm afraid you're right, which means there's a fatal flaw in the defense's case.
I haven't been on the wrong track this whole time, I'm sure of it. The traces of anthraquinine, the envelope, the frame, and Drew Misham's mysterious death. They're all connected somehow.
Well, Mr. Justice, do you have a conclusion for us?
The defense stands by its case, Your Honor. We've seen that the logical outcome of the evidence makes no sense. Which means that one of our clues must be a fake.
Ah, fake clue. Fascinating. And if you find this fake, your wild fantasy will be proved quite reasonable, yeah?
The fake clue that's thrown us off the poison's trail is none other than... you!
Don't think it's this one because
It's Drew Misham. He was fake the whole time. He never existed.
Maybe, I don't know.
that and a
So yeah, PlayStation 5.
let's say this is fake, but this will make sense. Maybe the Umschlag is fake or something.
Your mama is wrong.
So what do you think of the Switch 2 coming out in 2025?
I knew it! I knew it from the beginning. I said this multiple times. I also said that a Nintendo Direct would be too early. You know, revealing it this month would be too early.
Well, guess
I said
what?
this all. I knew it.
I have the Switch 2 right here. It's called a Valve Steam Deck. Oh, wait,
Talk about the favorite thing about
That's
this
not
frame
a
here.
And yes, an F-Zero game will be the launch title of the Switch 2. I know it.
Oh my god. That would be.
Would make sense if the frame
something
would be fake.
immediately be fake if you just mention F-Zero. You can stamp it as fake immediately.
Except this would probably not make sense, right?
Well, guess what? It also has backwards compatibility. And it has a Game Boy player add-on. So you can put old cartridges from your Game Boy and Game Boy Advance and DS inside the Switch 2 and play that.
Wow!
I mean, that would have
That
been
is mega fake.
that would have been absolutely amazing, but it's never gonna happen.
No, that's never gonna happen. But there are retro consoles that do this.
And there are two. You sound like straight from spieletips.de.
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 Meow.
But, as I said, I knew from the beginning, revealing the Switch 2 this month would have been too early. So I stand by my, impression that the Switch 2 will launch early next year and will be announced late this year. Yeah, there you go.
I'm pretty sure it is, yeah.
So listen to me.
Just do what you think is right, man.
Just do what you think is
Yeah,
right.
no.
It's your turn. It's your turn and you decide what to do.
No. If you want to talk about something, not about the actual game, not something else, then... Let's say I don't think the frame is fake. Would this be fake or not?
I don't know.
Stop
Sorry,
fapping.
remember how everybody was going apeshit about the situation about the Xbox.
Hmm?
You know, like everybody's like, oh, they're stopped making consoles. And...
Yeah, well... In the end, everything will be on PC as it should.
Okay, I say it's not the frame.
Well, Xbox games are on PC anyways. All of them. Oh, some are missing, but most of them are missing. Indiana Jones
Just
and
think
Starfield will remain Xbox exclusives.
Just try the weird thing.
This red envelope is a fake.
Without a doubt, Your Honor.
Wasn't it you who presented this evidence to court?
Oh.
Failure!
Apollo. Poison on that envelope, the frame, and the coffee mug. They're all connected somehow.
Oh, right. I can hear it already. Looks like the fake was you, her forehead.
There's no time for wallowing in self-pity. Let's get thinking, Apollo.
Oh, you don't even get a punishment.
Well, there wasn't even a thing, I mean.
Dude. So it was Drew Misham. He was.
Actually, yeah,
No,
choose
it's
Drew
the
Mission.
frame.
What? This frame is the fake clue.
Without a doubt, Your Honor. No, it's the same shit again?
Wasn't it you who
Oh.
Hold on a second, Apollo.
So it was Drew Misham.
Alright. Oh, I can hear it already. It looks like the fake was you, her forehead!
It's the last I would have think about this, but
Drew Mission.
The victim was a fake clue. I'm afraid I don't understand.
I'll explain. We have an envelope, a frame, and a mark linked by poison. That all makes sense. What doesn't make sense is the victim himself.
Congratulations, you've completely lost me. Idiot. So, the fake evidence is none other than the master of fake himself, the forger? He makes a good story, I'll give you that.
Hey! That was
The fake
my
clue.
story.
Fakes. Forgeries. Ah!
I know that face. That's the I just had an idea face.
I don't know if I'm right, but I'm going with it anyway. What if our forger is the fake?
Come again?
7 years ago, our forger sniffed a trap and stepped aside. 7 years passed. Now the forger stumbles into the very same trap and dies. Why?
That's what I want to know.
Because the forger who was killed was a fake.
Here we are again. The victim was a fake? Oh,
I would have think about
actually,
that.
that's what I
actually.
exactly said.
When did this
One
happen,
forger
Dario?
smelled the trap, one forger fell into the trap. That's two forgers, and one of them was a fake! Order! Order! Order!
So you're telling us that Drew Mishman, the victim, was a fake? Well, if he was the fake, who was the real forger? You'd better not be claiming there was some kind of switcheroo, Nintendo Switch.
I'm afraid you're going to have to back up your story. Mr. Justice shows just who the real Drew Misham was.
If Drew Misham wasn't the real forger, there's only one other person it could have been. Understood, Your Honor. Forger Drew Misham was himself a forgery. The real forger was... Phoenix Wright! No. Wasn't it... Isn't it all
Raccoon
Climb
Mario.
Vera mission?
Order.
Who else could it be?
Okay. No, it's actually him. Not just kidding. Ha.
Oh wait, actually, well no, I'm not sure.
No, I don't think it's. Like I said, she was the actual one, not him.
Order!
Maybe this guy, maybe couldn't draw this guy, maybe. With Swan, it's
Anna
Swan.
Chu. And still not over the fact Phoenix is now living on the streets of Detroit.
He's now living on the streets of Detroit.
There can be only one explanation, really. The real identity of the forger known as Drew Misham is none other than his only daughter, Vera Misham. Order! 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 I'm on order, my god!
Mr. Justice! This is going out on a limb, even for you.
Can I agree? I mean, Vera, a forger?
Let's consider it before you write it off entirely. If you look at the paintings in the studio, one fact becomes quite clear. This is upscaled. And forgery had been taking place in that studio for quite some time. The forger wasn't caught in that trap 7 years ago. This can only mean that the one who was caught in the trap wasn't the forger.
Well, actually, that does make a certain kind of sense.
One more thing. Only 2 sets of fingerprints were found in the forger's studio. Drew Misham's and Vera Misham's. If we know that Drew Misham wasn't the forger, that leaves only one possibility by process of elimination. The forger was Vera Misham. Well?
Again, the 4th time.
Fascinating.
But where's your proof? Where's your proof?
Vera Misham,
9.
you've been paying attention to the trial so far?
No, I didn't. That said dot.
Let's just ask her and be done with it, shall we? Who are you? Who is the forger, Drew Misham?
Was that an expression of emotion I saw on her face? She's staring holes into Prosecutor Gavin's face.
I'm used to be stared by Frolines, believe me, so I'm used to this. Though they usually talk to me too. Tell us, were you the one who forged those works of art?
Yes.
Oh!
Ah!
So the forger Drew Misham was you!
And I have to draw again. Penis! Wait, what is this picture anyways? Yes, it was me.
It's a crying smiley.
Ein Euro.
Oh wait, now I see it. What the fuck? I see it
What,
now.
you didn't see it before? Really?
No, it was very confusing.
Oh!
The court was in an uproar and it wasn't coming down. No matter
Yeah.
how often he said, "Order! Order!"
Now we survived the court.
We had to break for a 10-minute recess.
Oh no,
To be continued.
that's still 12 minutes.
Yeah, well
What should
then
I
do
do?
those 12 minutes.
Deletes. Why can I delete save here?
Because why not, man? You can.
Imagine you mispress and press X and. We have those 12 minutes to go to a thing in 12 minutes.
Okay. So where exactly does this leave us, Apollo?
Well, the Drew Misham who was killed wasn't Drew Misham the forger, basically.
Huh? Well then, who was he?
Well, he was actually
There's this
doing her nails. So you really made those forgeries?
Yes, for father. I know, it was wrong.
Could you tell us how it happened?
My
My father was a painter. I loved painting ever since I was a child.
What you had deviant paint level.
One day, father saw it in me. He saw that I had the talent.
The talent for making forgeries?
How should I say it? It was not only paintings I made. Given the materials, I could make anything.
Wow.
Anything?
Yes, even penis. Father was so proud, and I'm so happy. But in the end, I was making those.
Forgeries.
I've never had a good constitution nor personality. I know very little of the world outside my door. Now, because of me, Father is dead.
You know about this red envelope?
I remember that envelope. It was some time ago.
So you were already you were already creating your works back then?
Anarachu. BRB gonna make dinner.
BRB gonna make dinner.
Have fun.
Have fun.
I started when I was only 12 years old.
Well, this doom is over anyway soon.
So the one who figured out the stamp was poisoned, that was.
Mr. Justice, it's time. To the courtroom, please.
Right. Out of time.
Wait, Vera, just one more thing, please. Those 3 paintings in the studio.
I painted those as a part of my work.
Right, see, we checked them out and we saw what was underneath. We saw the rough sketches underneath the 3 finished paintings.
I see. Mr. Justice.
Yes?
Father, he knew of you. Of both of you.
Your late father?
He was watching, gathering information. All about the Right and Co. law offices.
But lately we're not doing just law.
Yes, you do tricks, gags, and amuse and play piano.
Well, they're not really gags.
Yet, when Father heard you had resumed the legal business,
Lag.
how pleased he was.
Who was Mr. Misha?
I'm not supposed to know.
What if he was Daddy's daddy?
Wow.
Daddy!
Judging from the relative ages involved, I'd say it's highly unlikely. Things are already confusing enough with all these daddies running around. Sugar daddies.
Father!
We know that the victim's daughter Vera was the forger. What does this mean for the case? Guess we're about
Probably
to
whining,
find out.
bitch.
Ah.
Is it better if I stop now because some comments? Is it better
No,
if I
go
stop
on
now?
for 5 minutes.
But then you're in a bad spot next time, maybe. And I don't want that.
God is not back in session.
Vera seems pretty tense. She's practically chewing her fingernails clean off.
Perhaps you could begin by telling us how it all worked.
Which button was the thing again? Oh, miss.
How did you set up this Drew Misham forger persona?
Oh, shit.
There's that stare again. She's drilling more holes into his head.
I know it's hard for you, but hey, he's a handsome guy.
Raccoon Mario.
What's
Stop
hard?
rewinding. Restream IO. Trophy, congratulations.
If you
You've
would.
received 100 messages today with
Did you really
Restream
make
chat.
those detestable forgeries?
Perhaps you'd rather answer my question? Were you the one who painted the painting? The remarkably similar one?
Yes.
But I don't understand why you wanted me to.
Oh.
I painted it, yes. Father praised me quite highly for it.
This is the last time we fight together.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay?
So, she was the one who made the forgeries.
Listen, you watch that they don't get you too.
did not wish to reveal the truth.
Yet, she did not wish to reveal the truth of their operation.
Me? No, never.
So the victim was a stand-in as a decoy. The world at large, he was the forger, not her.
done a bad thing. Haven't I?
Now go to jail.
You would have to send me too.
Oh, shit.
Yes, to jail. Exactly.
Regardless, we need a little more information. How about, for instance, this?
Oh god, mega lag.
You have this before, yeah? Who's sleeping over there?
Yes.
Yes.
It was in the desk drawer.
Very well, you may proceed with your testimony. Tell us everything you know about this envelope.
Yeah!
Can I save now?
Here we go!
Can I save now
How
the game?
good your
I
study
don't
of
think I
our
can do this in
language.
4 minutes.
How good is study
was-
of our language?
I guess so.
Or do I press
I
start?
created things.
Save the
Beautiful,
game.
like your mother.
Look, your mother.
The road ends here.
Yes,
Now-
it really ends here today.
And now exit back
See
to
you
the
guys.
Wasn't I not supposed to?
See you guys.
Guess I kind of
Bye
overreacted.
guys. See you next time.
Yeah, see you guys tomorrow.
And to save
I
anyway
guess I kind
now.
of overreacted.